Telltale Games has created games based off of several award-winning IPs, from their humble beginnings with games like the Sam & Max series, Back to the Future, and Jurassic Park, to their more recent titles such as The Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, and of course, The Walking Dead. Telltale has several new games planned for the next few years, which include Minecraft Story Mode, The Walking Dead Season 3, a currently unknown game with Marvel, another one with Lionsgate, and an upcoming original IP which they have dubbed as a Super Show. Naturally, with all of these new titles being announced, several fans, including myself, are constantly waiting for their favorite video game, TV show, movie, or comic book to be turned into a Telltale game. I'm SonicGX98, and today I'm going to reveal my top 10 Telltale games I want to see in the future. The rules for this list are simple. Any TV show, video game, comic book, or movie can appear on this list as long as it has either not already been turned into a Telltale game, or is confirmed by Telltale not to be a possible idea. So, without further ado, let's begin. Number 10. Halo, a Telltale game series. While this is probably the least likely on the list to be turned into a Telltale game due to its Microsoft exclusivity, the Halo universe has so much lore that can be turned into a Telltale game. From the period of the Forerunners to the Fall of Reach, a Halo Telltale game has many different possibilities. As for what I'd like to see from an ideal Halo game, have it take place in between the events of Halo 3 and 4. The game would center around on a Spartan 4 soldier that would lead his own squadron on several missions. The time period sets up a great story, as it could possibly give players new insight as to what happened on Earth and the rest of the galaxy after Master Chief disappeared at the end of Halo 3. However, as previously stated, since Halo is exclusive to Microsoft, I don't see this game happening under normal circumstances.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Number 9. The Wolf Among Us Season 2. One of the most requested ideas for a Telltale game by the fans, The Wolf Among Us Season 2 would certainly satisfy, especially based on the cliffhanger ending we got at the end of Season 1. Just like in the original Wolf Among Us, players would control Bigby investigating yet another series of murders. This would also be a great way to introduce us to either brand new fables or those that have only appeared in the comics, such as Boy Blue and Prince Charming. Regardless, a second season of The Wolf Among Us would be a great treat for any Telltale or Fables fan.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Number 8. Bioshock, a Telltale game series. A Bioshock Telltale game is one of the most requested ideas by fans apart from sequels to already established games by Telltale. Bioshock, like many entries on this list, is full of different points where a Telltale game could fit. If it were up to me, I'd have this game focus on a character that is either a citizen of Rapture prior to the events of Bioshock 1, or Columbia during the events of Bioshock Infinite. The game would have them experience the fall of either city and have them interact with several established characters, such as Cohen and Suchan in Bioshock 1 and Fink and Fitzroy in Bioshock Infinite. With Burial at Sea appearing as the last main Bioshock game for a while, Bioshock Telltale game would be perfect to bridge that gap.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
Number 7. Mega Man, a Telltale game series. A Mega Man Telltale game could go in many directions. It could be about classic Mega Man X, or even as recent as Mega Man Star Force. For my ideal Mega Man Telltale game though, I'd like to have it be a sequel to Mega Man X8. The game ended on such a cliffhanger that's been left unanswered for over 10 years. Since it's fairly certain that we won't be getting a Mega Man X9 in the near future, this would be the perfect way to answer any unanswered questions fans still have. The game would of course star X as the main character, with the possibilities of having Zero and Axel as other playable characters. It'd be a really interesting take by Telltale, having X battle several new Mavericks with more emphasis on the story during and in between these battles, similar to the RPG entry Mega Man X Command Mission. In my opinion, a Mega Man X Telltale game would be a great way to revive this classic series.
I urge the people of the future to remember that X is my, the world's hope.
Number 6. Transformers, a Telltale game series. Just like Halo, the Transformers universe offers plenty of points to create a Telltale game. The game could take place anywhere from the G1 era to the most recent cartoon Robots in Disguise. For my ideal Transformers game, I would like to have it take place either during or before the events of Robots in Disguise. Gameplay would focus on Bumblebee undergoing different trials. If the game was to take place before Robots in Disguise, Bumblebee's story could explain how he left the rest of Optimus' group following the end of Transformers Prime, and possibly end with a pilot episode of Robots in Disguise. If the game took place during Robots in Disguise, it could be a short story taking place during Season 1 of him and his team capturing several Decepticons that are unable to be shown in the TV show. Plus, we could possibly get Optimus as a second playable character, focusing on his training preparing him for the Season 1 finale. A Transformers Telltale game would be a great way for Telltale to return to its more lighthearted roots with games such as Wallace and Gromit and the upcoming Minecraft Story Mode.
I help save the universe from Starscream, Megatron, and Dark Energon. I refuse to become the laughingstock of some bug-eyed bots gaming club. Sideswipe! Cascade with strong arm and me. Grimlock, splashdown maneuver. Go!
Number 5. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a Telltale game series. Just like Transformers, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game would be another possible way for Telltale to return to its lighthearted roots. Or do a complete 180 and make a dark, gritty version of everyone's favorite heroes in a half shell. There are two ways I would want this game to happen. Either have it take place during a 2012 TV series, or make a completely new and original story for the Turtles. We've had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tale retold several different times, so what's stopping Telltale from creating their own version? Obviously, the game would be focused on the 4 main Turtles as the only playable characters, going on different adventures in attempts to stop Shredder. The combat system in this game would also be interesting, with each Turtle having possibly different fighting styles. Leo, for instance, would feature time button presses similar to the ones featured in Game of Thrones, while Raph may have more button mashing sequences to reflect his childhood nature. In my opinion, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Telltale game would be a great way to retell this age-old story.
This whole alien invasion thing is really no big deal. Look. Oh, never mind.
Number 4. The Walking Dead 400 Days sequel. Alongside The Wolf Among Us Season 2, a sequel to 400 Days is one of the most highly requested Telltale games. However, instead of a 1-episode sequel, I'd like to see the 400 Days group get either a 3-episode miniseries similar to the upcoming Walking Dead Michonne, or even a full season featuring them. For reference, I decided to use the Into the Fray series by Thunderslate. Into the Fray is a series of 3 stories that feature the 400 Days group after the events of The Walking Dead Season 2, and gives an equal amount of spotlight to each character without ever leaving one out for too long. Just like Into the Fray, a hypothetical 400 Days sequel would star Vince, Wyatt, Russell, Shell, and Becca, due to Bonnie leaving the group after Episode 3 of Season 2. If Telltale was to create a 400 Days sequel, it would be a great recovery of wasted potential on their part.
Can't keep him here. We can't let him go.
This month.
Number 3. The Blacklist, a Telltale game series. The Blacklist has much potential for a Telltale game. With Telltale having already done crime mystery series in the form of Law & Order and The Wolf Among Us, The Blacklist would be a great way to expand the series. For my ideal Blacklist Telltale game, I would have it take place prior to the events of Season 1, with Reddington as the main character. The game would follow his journey of setting out after those that wronged him, and would end with his arrest at the beginning of Season 1. While Telltale is mainly stuck to fictional settings such as a zombie apocalypse, the alien planet Pandora, or the medieval Westeros, a Telltale game set in an actually modern environment with no fantasy gimmick would be a great change of pace for them.
Aren't we confident today?
I'm confident every day.
Number 2. Star Wars, a Telltale game series. A Telltale game focused on everyone's favorite sci-fi universe has been requested so much that even Telltale CEO Kevin Bruner said he'd love to make one. For my ideal Star Wars game, it would take place either in between the events of episodes 3 and 4, or between 6 and 7 to build up on a new trilogy. If it took place during in between episodes 3 and 4, we'd play as either a Jedi Knight or Padawan who is on the run after Order 66 was executed. On the other side, if it took place during a 35-year gap between episodes 6 and 7, possibilities are endless. We could still play as another Jedi, or perhaps maybe another soldier in Rebel Alliance, or some other character in the galaxy, who would most likely have some accounts with other characters from Star Wars lore. Based on how well Star Wars has done with other story-driven games such as Knights of the Old Republic, seeing Telltale do their own take on the Star Wars series would be a great experience.
The dark side. And the light.
Before I reveal what my number 1 idea for a Telltale game is, let's recap on what the past 9 were. Number 10, Halo, a Telltale game series. Number 9, The Wolf Among Us Season 2. Number 8, Bioshock, a Telltale game series. Number 7, Mega Man, a Telltale game series. Number 6, Transformers, a Telltale game series. Number 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a Telltale game series. Number 4, a sequel to The Walking Dead 400 Days. Number 3, The Blacklist, a Telltale game series. And number 2, Star Wars, a Telltale game series. And now, my number 1 idea for a future Telltale game. Sonic the Hedgehog, a Telltale game series. What, did you expect me not to put Sonic on this list? Of course I'd love to see a Sonic Telltale game. While the main games don't have that much potential for a story-driven game, I'd like to see Telltale use the universe established in the Archie comics. With all the lore that has been established through the 275 issues currently released, not counting the countless spin-off series such as Sonic Universe, I think Telltale could pull it off. To make things easier for Telltale, I'd rather have the protagonist of the game not be Sonic or another Sega character, rather an original character created in the comic universe. We've got several ideas of playable characters, from those before the reboot such as Shards of Metal Sonic and Elias Acorn, to those introduced after the reboot such as Razor the Shark. It's always been a dream of mine to see a story-driven Sonic game with actual consequences, and that is why it's my number 1 Telltale game I'd like to see in the future. So that wraps up my list from my top 10 Telltale games I'd like to see in the future. What did you think of this list? Are there any Telltale games you'd like to see in the future? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.